Good afternoon and many thanks for joining us. This is News Analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business Television Abuja. My name is Bulus Joanna Ray and the top stories. 2027 power shift, opposition weakens as more PDP governors and senators eye APC. INEC moves to legalize voting without PVC. An ATBU sacks lecturer over sexual harassment of married student. Ramp up production, federal government charges oil firms. And on the foreign scene, former Southern Korea President Moon Jae-in indicted for corruption. Details coming up shortly. Stay with us. Opposition political parties, especially the People's Democratic Party, the New Nigeria People's Party and the Labour Party, are bleeding as some of their prominent members have dumped their platforms for the ruling All Progressives Congress. Concerned by the wave of defections to the APC, the PDP, NNPP, and the coalition of united political parties have accused the APC-led federal government of exploiting state resources to coerce their members and other politicians into switching allegiance to the ruling party. In response, the APC welcomed the defectors, dismissed the claims from the PDP and NNPP as unfounded, asserting that politicians are willingly joining the party because of the significant achievements of President Bola Tinubu's renewed Hope administration. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission has expressed willingness to allow eligible Nigerians without permanent voters card to vote in the 2027 general elections, but insists that such a move must be backed by legislative amendments. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekami told the media on Wednesday that the Commission was committed to expanding voter access through technology, but emphasized that legal provisions must first be updated to accommodate any shift from the current PVC-only system. The initiative followed remarks by INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu in December 2024 during a quarterly consultative meeting with resident electoral commissioners in Abuja. Yakubu highlighted the growing role of technology, particularly the bimodal voter accreditation system, in streamlining the electoral process. He noted that while PVCs will remain valid for those who possess them, future elections could allow voters use slip generated by INEC or downloaded from its official website for accreditation. This shift, he said, would lower cost, ease logistical burdens, and curb the misuse of voter cards. In the meantime, the Governing Council of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University Bauchi has dismissed the senior lecturer, Dr. Usman Aliyu, over allegations of sexual harassment involving a married postgraduate student, Mrs. Kamila Aliyu. The decision was announced in the university's official newsletter, ATBU Herald, Volume 39, Number 5, April 22nd, following the 96th regular council meeting held on 11th April 2025. And according to the publication obtained by our correspondent on Thursday, the Governing Council approved by Dr. Aliyu's dismissal based on the findings of the Senior Staff Disciplinary Committee, which concluded that the lecturer was guilty of misconduct. Mrs. Aliyu had last year petitioned the university accusing Dr. Aliyu of sexual harassment and alleging that he threatened her academic progress if she did not comply with his demands. On business matters, the federal government has again taxed indigenous oil companies to ramp up production to meet both domestic and export demands and boost revenue remittances to government coffers. The Minister of State Petroleum Resources, Senator Heniken Lukpobiri, made the call in Abuja when he received the management of Renaissance Africa Energy at the ministry headquarters on Wednesday in Abuja. Recall that the indigenous oil company completed the acquisition of the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria after months of discussion to secure regulatory approval. But you're still watching news analysis on PNB TV. We'll go on a short break and more news when we return. Welcome back, and now to foreign news. South Korea's prosecutors said on Thursday they have indicted former President Moon Jae-in on corruption charges related to the employment of his son-in-law at an airline. Moon was indicted for corruption for receiving 217 million won in connection with facilitating the employment of his son-in-law at an airline, the Jeonju District's prosecutor's office said in a statement. The case adds to the political drama gripping South Korea, which is facing elections on June 3rd after Yoon Suk-yeol was stripped of his presidency for imposing marital law briefly. According to the prosecutors, and salary and other financial benefits paid by the airline to the son-in-law between 2018 and 2020 were confirmed as not legitimate salary payments, but bribes intended for the president. The son-in-law later divorced Moon's daughter. And for sports updates, let's join Tom Aroko. Just go down. So now I'm going to start this. No, welcome back. Sheriff, so after now I'm going to the focus of the day.
Good day. Welcome to PNB Sports News. I'm Aroko Tom. Let's dive into the latest sports update. In the NPFL, Rivers United remains determined in their quest for the Nigeria Premier Football League title after the 1-0 win against Sunshine Stars. According to their head coach, Finidi George, the team won't relent in their pursuit of a second league title. Currently sitting in the second position on the table, Rivers United trails leaders Remo Stars by 7 points with 4 games left to play in the campaign. Over to the La Liga. Barcelona extended their lead over Real Madrid in La Liga by securing a narrow 1-0 victory over Mallorca on April 22, 2025. The winning goal was secured by Dani Olmo in the 46th minute just after the restart. This win moved Barcelona 7 points clear of Real Madrid at the top of the La Liga standings. Now the real question is, what can Real Madrid do? In the transfer update, Tottenham boss Ange Postecoglou is reportedly heading for an exit regardless of the team's Europa League outcome. Jurgen Klopp, the former Liverpool manager, is unlikely to return to management before the summer 2026 with links to Real Madrid, while Manchester United wants to sign Matheus Cunha, Liam Delap in a €92.5 million deal. That's all for PNB Sports News. I am Aroko Tom.
Welcome back. You're still watching Politics and Business Television Abuja. Now to the focus of the day. Why PDP governors are defecting to APC. On the shocking turn of events, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oboweri and former Governor Ifeanyi Okowa have defected from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressives Congress, APC. This mass defection is seen as a significant blow to the PDP ahead of the 2027 general elections, and the decision was announced after a meeting with leaders and stakeholders of the PDP in Delta State at Government House, Asaba. Senator James Manager, pioneer chairman of the PDP in the state, cited the PDP's struggles at the national level and the party's resolution against forming coalitions with other parties as reason for the defection. The defections have sparked intense debate, with PDP chief Jae-in Dele Mohamodu warning President Tinubu not to trust defecting politicians, citing possible coercion. The APC is expected to welcome Obioveri and Okowa at a rally scheduled for Monday at the Stenopart in Asaba, with Vice President Kashim Shettima in attendance. Well, joining us to discuss this very sensitive topic after a short break is Comrade Bitako Umar, a member of the APC. Stay with us. Welcome back, talking about why PDP governors and senators are defecting to APC. Joining us to discuss this sensitive topic is Comrade Bitako Umar, a member of the APC. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us, sir. Good afternoon, sir. So what are your thoughts on the reasons behind the defection of Governor Obioveri and former Governor Okowa? Hello, sir.
It's absolutely normal in politics, particularly when the interest and the 2024 political this thing is coming closer. So you see defections from nooks and crannies of the nation. You see defections from cutting across political parties. That has been the system in Nigeria. And particularly, you see with our political party, the APC, All People's Congress, you will discover that the party is becoming stronger day by day. The President and Commander-in-Chief, who has been a very strong Democrat, who has spent many years in politics, who has been governor, who has been senator, who has influenced people into political or elected political offices, it's a man of order. So I'm not surprised seeing many people defecting into the APC as a political party. That is one. Two, there is another version to defection in Nigeria, that which gives me concern. And that is the version of being elected in a political party, different political platform, and leaving that political platform in which the members of that political platform and voters elected you into that office and on that political party to defect into either the governing political party. You see, that one, I I'm not happy with
speaking
it.
about betrayal and breach of trust, will this defection sway other PDP members to follow suit?
Pardon?
Speaking about betrayal and breach of trust, will this defection sway other PDP members to follow suit?
You are expecting many more. PDP, after losing office, you should be aware, and many Nigerians are aware, PDP, after losing office to our party APC in 2015, they have lost ground, they have lost degree of a kind of internal democracy within themselves. They have lost that power of being a strong opposition voice and opposition political party in the country. They have not been able to manage their internal crisis, neither have they been able to grow the party as an opposition party that has once been the reckoning party, the party in government for 16 years in this country. They have lost grip of that. They have lost the power and the capacity to resolve their internal conflict and democratic challenges. So to that extent, we don't consider them as even an opposition, a threatening opposition as far as this period is concerned.
So how might
many more of them defecting into APC?
So how might this development affect PDP and APC's chance of winning the 2027 elections?
Pardon?
How might this development affect the APC and PDP's chances of winning the 2027 general elections?
It has already affected PDP. It has reduced PDP to the BRN. It has reduced PDP to the BRN minimum as far as Nigeria is concerned. And it has given or is giving APC a very strong upper hand in winning the 2027 election. That is just simple as that. Because I don't see it meanwhile, I don't see it closer that PDP can be able to resolve that and grow stronger again the kind of popularity it has had before previously to the extent of winning or challenging our party APC in the next 2027 election.
Sir, do you
understand?
Yes, I understand, sir. Do you believe the defections are as a result of genuine party loyalty or other factors?
The defection is, there is I want to make this point clear to you too and to Nigerians. In politics, what is permanent is interest. Interest overshadows any other thing in party politics. So some of these people that are defecting to APC, they are defecting, one, maybe they have looted government treasury, and so much so that EFCC is after them, and now they want to gain sympathy, so that by coming into APC, they will not be witch-hunted, or either there is a skeleton in their own cupboard that for them to stay free and stay off the witch hunt of the security agencies and anti-graft agencies, they are now coming into the ruling party, that is the APC, so that they will now have a soft landing. You understand? So with that, it's liquidating the strength of opposition in Nigeria and giving the party in government a kind of upper hand and a strong and at the same time it's giving it a boost. You understand? To continue winning the election. That is just it. So obviously it will affect APC positively and it will affect the opposition party negatively. Affect APC positively because they are gaining popularity and they are gaining pool of people and members day in, day out, thereby giving them a higher chances
So speaking about the decision giving APC an upper hand, how can the PDP recover from the recent spate of defections?
Their party loyalists, the PDP party loyalists, have to be patriotic, have to be conscious, awakened, have to go back to the drawing board and reconcile their issues, their differences, and resolve their problems and conflicts. Without which, if they don't do that, obviously, they are losers. I'm not saying they will stand the chance of losing. If they don't do that, they are already losers. And I don't see it easier for them to be able to resolve their conflict, to be able to resolve their current crisis, to be able to resolve their current differences and in the party, because most of them are aligning or have associated in the old progressive, that is APC, and their alliance or their associate in APC are giving them an upper chance, even much more than we that are already in the party a long time ago. We that have campaigned for the party long time and gave the party a kind of success. Most of these oppositions that are here, they have upper hand, they have benefit and privileges much more than we that are already in this house as members of the political party. So that is the situation you see and you find currently.
Well, thank you so much, Comrade Bitako, for joining us this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Do have a nice day, sir.
Something here.
Well, that'll be all for news analysis. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Bulus Joanna Ray. Do have a wonderful day. Bye.